afternoon and welcome to the United Hour. I am President Chad. And not too long ago, we just had a game at Manchester United did not lose against Chelsea. I guess one could say we were bound to get lucky at some point. But you know, let me bring in the rest of the panel one time. So we got the man, the Bajan up there in Canada, Big Phil. We got Robert, the provocateur. We got Marlon in the house, a newbie, and man CJ. Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Nothing.
Yeah, man. Welcome, everybody.
Yeah,
Blessings.
yeah, yeah.
So we want to start off by talking about the game. Yeah, Manchester United playing Chelsea. Before I even jump into the events of the game, and before I jump into the details of the game, I want you all to be honest with me. When you all saw this fixture, as the day was winding down, what was your feeling about the game? Did you what did you expect heading into this game? I want to start off with Marlon.
Yeah, man. Good evening, gentlemen, again. To be honest, I mean, of course, you want to remain optimistic. You want to believe that, I mean, it's not like these guys now start to play football. You're hoping that, I mean, I was just hoping for more effort today. And I was just hoping that, I mean, that they would at least play with some level of pride. But I wasn't expecting a victory. Um, if it was to happen, it would have taken some moment of individual brilliance by none other than Ronaldo, or some mistake that Chelsea would have made at some inopportune time for us to sneak a 1-0 or a 2-1 or something. But I really wasn't expecting anything big. But um, I was expecting a loss. Actually, I was more 70% we losing today, and more 30% that we're gonna draw. That's just pretty much what my expectations are, just being honest. But I'll take the draw. It's a move in the right direction. Hopefully, it's a positive, one of the positive things to take away from the end of this season as we start to build for next season. So um, my optimism ticker went up a little bit after that. Um, I was happy with the draw, but I wasn't expecting anything more than a draw per se. It would have been a surprise if we had won today, just based on how we look recently.
Fair enough, fair enough. CJ?
Honestly, I was prepared to get five, to be honest. I sorry. Watching the lineup and then they knew Fred not gonna be there and Luke Shaw was going to be there. I was like, okay, our next Liverpool run, but the team surprised me. I'm not going to lie, the team did surprise me. There wasn't much fight.
The
I
team
think
just now, the team surprised you or the result surprised you? Did,
oh
did,
nah,
did
the
you actually
result
find that
surprised
the
me.
team performed better?
Nah,
Or was it
just
just that
oh
you were
nah,
surprised that we
I will
got
say
a
that.
result?
Oh nah, that wasn't really a good play. It was only like two players fighting first. Really, I mean, if you're watching, we weren't organized. Our passing wasn't good, and by the time it was time to take any chances, when the rare chances we got, we didn't really do anything with it. I mean, look at the Bruno Fernandez chance. He could have just shoot that honestly, and even if it didn't go in, it would have inspired something more, at least. But the result surprised me. I'm surprised, and it kind of tell how football is because we were getting washed by Arsenal, but yet Chelsea, who were last season champions of Europe, were Club World Cup champions, and they couldn't just put it away. But that's all I have to say. It was just a shocking result, but I didn't have any high hopes.
Phil?
Oh, I just expected Ronaldo to get on the goal sheet and on the score sheet, and that was about it.
Robert, talk to me. What was your expectations of the game?
Um, I didn't have much hope. You know, for the game today. I mean, I just assumed that it'd been like a loss. So I mean, I did not see the game, so I can't really talk too much on it, But I saw the highlights, and once again, this man, this man, who people say is a problem. Where is the problem? Where's the problem? Where is it? I want to know. What is his problem? He has no problem, right? The rest of the team has a problem.
You see, Mark Lewis
Now,
has a lot more confidence in the team than you all. Mark saying he expected a draw.
I'm just saying,
I will
that
be
man,
very
we don't deserve him. We don't deserve that. We don't. We don't deserve him at all.
I'll be
We
very
don't.
honest with you. I really didn't know what to expect today. Um, I just didn't know what to expect. I literally went into the game like if it was a scouting mission. From now on, whenever Manchester United plays, it's just like, yeah, let's see who performs. Let's see. Everything I'm looking at now is with a mind and an eye on next season. I'm not really interested about what's going on this season because it's like
Same.
It don't
I
matter.
just can't build myself up for that kind of, disappointment. But Ken saying, people brave to expect a draw. I must give a shout out to Martin Phillip because Martin Phillip messaged me and said that once we get in at halftime 0-0, that we were not going to lose that game. And I was a little surprised that anybody had that kind of confidence in Manchester United.
Right?
So,
From here.
you know what I mean?
Nah.
But man, to call that, before the game even finished with a whole half to play, I was impressed.
Big up Martin.
But
It shows you it shows you how far we've fallen, boy. That as supporters, we just do expect to get a result.
I have a
Even with
question.
Chelsea.
I have a question. I mean, I did not see the game, so I want to know, like from your guys. I mean, how did the team really look?
It was only three
Or
fellas fighting it, by.
It was a cohesive unit versus a non-cohesive unit. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
okay,
And Chelsea just threw away, to be very honest. And David De Gea is real bad. David De Gea just
Nah, but
seemed,
the truth be told, David De Gea made saves he was supposed to make.
yeah.
Kai Havertz tried his best Lukaku imitation today because he was just kicking the ball straight at David De Gea every chance he got. Every header, every shot straight at David De Gea. So
It wasn't really like he had to stretch. David had to stretch much.
So let's talk a little bit about this game before we move on because we don't want to spend much time spending the United about talking about the game. I'll be honest with you guys. At the end of the first half, you know what I felt? I felt like I was watching Norwich play Chelsea because we were just playing like we were defending for our lives and hoping to get something on the break. Not even like that was our game plan. Note I didn't say that we were defending and looking to play on the counter attack. I said hoping that we could get something on the break. That's how we looked. That's how Manchester United looked. It looked like I was watching and I was saying, but this is Manchester United at home or this is Norwich away? Because that's how the game flowed. Chelsea had 65% possession in the first half, and they went on to have even more possession in the second half, almost 70% possession for the game. They tripled us on shots at goal and shots on goal. They tripled us in corners. So by no means am I saying we're lucky to get a draw. We work hard for that draw, but just the way that it looked like it was Norwich playing Chelsea.
Yep.
But it was what it was after continuous attack. After attacking the 59th minute, Alonso finally got a ball flicked onto him, I think, off the back of Havertz's head, and he put a volley in the back of the net. And 2 minutes later, Matic putting it to his whole team with a wonderful assist scoop over the top into Ronaldo's parts in the box, and Ronaldo brought it down and volleyed that past Mendy for our goal. And that was about it, The whole game was 2 minutes worth of football, and that's it. I'm just going to read through some of these comments, and then I would allow any of you all to weigh in on the game if you have anything to add. Chelsea had so many chances, it was disturbing for real. And Darren says we defended pretty okay. I must say we did. We went back to Jose Ball. Boy, at this point, Ralph just trying to win games, yes? And a man have a message for CJ. Ralph is just trying to win games. That is all Ralph is interested in.
Yeah, I see the message. Are you on him because it's the same thing we talking about? It's the same, nothing change.
True that.
Can't be
True
excited
that.
about it.
So nobody else have anything to say about the game. We can move along, yeah?
Yep. Moving. Nothing really to talk about the game.
So we have been hearing a lot of talk about Ten Hag preparing to come. We've been hearing about Ten Hag in the background, talking with Ralph, talking with Murta, trying to get ahead of the transfer window in terms of looking for the looking at prospects of who we're going to go after. I was listening to Fabrizio Romano today, and he was saying that right now there's a lot of talk that Manchester United hasn't actively started going after the Darwin Nunez and Neves and all of the other people that we link to. Nothing has actually started happening as yet in terms of approaching agents, but work is happening behind the scenes. What I want to ask you guys about is, we're hearing reports that Ten Hag is going to be meeting via video call with the players individually to start to get a relationship, to start to develop a relationship with them, to start to build a rapport with them, to see who wants to be here, to test guys' commitment. What are your thoughts about that? What are your thoughts about Ten Hag, getting stuck in as early as possible? Robert?
I think these are things that should have been in the works from before. I am seeing other teams buying players. I am seeing Barcelona making deals, Bayern making deals. Look, Real Madrid stole Rudiger from us, as per usual. No, don't. He did. They did. Because they're going, no, they did. I'll tell you why. Because we didn't even jump out and say, hey, come. We didn't even give like an offer. It's just the usual talk, and then
Rudiger never wanted to come to Manchester.
I know, but you, the same people who, for how much of a weeks, was like, yes, we want him. So I mean, you can't come and say, well, we don't want him now. It's sour grape, fellas. Stop being sour grapes, guys. Stop it. Stop being sour grapes, guys. Stop it. Because all of you over here, you, Chad, were here, right? Yes. Man like Greg and Man was here, right? Talk about, Rudiger will be great for us. And now because he left, sour grapes.
Yeah, all of a sudden, man saying, well, he's 29 years old.
Yeah,
we can get at most 3 years out of him. Whatever.
Come now, man. No, no, I'm sorry. You can tell men who just sour grape men, boy. Sour grape men.
Correct.
No, yes, you too, Greg. Sour grape men.
Greg be the one. Rudiger. All of a sudden, Fabrizio Romano announced Rudiger to Real Madrid. Oh, he's 29 years old. That's too old.
No,
I'd rather Paul Torres.
Yeah, right. No, come on, man. I find it for big men, we need to be real. Right?
To be fair, I wanted Paul Torres a long time before I wanted
Rudiger. No, but what I'm saying is this, right? Other teams are making moves, right? If we knew we had Ten Hag in the bag, shouldn't we have not been doing our due diligence from before the fact?
Yeah, but Robert, you are the same guy who said that you don't want to see a blade of grass cut off at Old Trafford field until Ten Hag reach and he have input. You the same man who said, new water boy. You don't want nobody.
But he's
don't bring nobody until Ten Hag get a say. So if they ask Ten Hag and Ten Hag say, nah, we don't want Rudiger. We don't know. So you can't be jumping on
No,
men
but
back
I'm just
because
saying.
we don't
Yes, I
know.
can. You know why? Because you always same guy who was saying we want him. And now you're
Correct.
saying he old. Don't say he old now because he gone.
Correct.
You know?
Tell them,
No
Robert.
man.
Tell
No
them,
man.
man.
No man. Don't be
Tell
don't be
them,
doing for
man.
that.
Tell
Don't do
them.
for that.
I
You
hear
know?
that.
Tell them,
Moving
man.
along. Marlon,
Come now, man.
how you feel about Ten
Come now,
Hag's
man.
approach so far?
I think Ten Hag approach is the right one for our team right now. I think he has to assess the entire situation by assessing the mindset of the players that are still here, um, trying to figure out who actually wants to stay, and based on his conversations with them now, then he will decide if they will fit into his plans or not. I think he will probably be honest with them in terms of if he believes they will fit into his plans or not going forward, in terms of the philosophy that he wants to instill from the training room to the practice field to the game. I think he's taking a, a concise and tactical approach to things. I think he needs to get it right from the start. So in terms of rushing to get this one and get that one, I'm kind of glad that we didn't really go after Rudiger because it would have just been a continuance of the same, just going after another name, another big name player. I rather we get a no name that will just give effort. You understand? We just want somebody that will just, you know, play with heart, not get injured easy, play the way the man that man want them to play. You understand? Not ignore his tactics on the field when they're already on the field. You understand? So I don't know. I'm just thinking they just need to take that entire team needs a complete overhaul
Mm.
and let the man just do what he's supposed to do. If it's a slow, maybe too slow for our liking, maybe we slow on the draw with certain players and so forth. But let's just try to build a proper team and don't worry about the name on the back of the jersey. So let him come in and do what he's supposed to do. And aren't we supposed to get some new technical director or some kind of scouting person
Well,
on
we
that?
fired our senior scout and we
Yeah.
fired the man right beneath him. And we haven't replaced those men as yet. And I
Exactly.
mean, there are a lot of us hoping that it's going to be Mitchell,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
Coming across from Monaco.
Yeah.
But
Right.
the latest news that I've heard about that is that, again, there is nothing fixed on that. And like with everybody else who is talent, there are other clubs interested in Mitchell. Now we know that Mitchell is a United supporter,
Right.
right? So let's see if that can happen. CJ, I wanna come to you, and I wanna change it up a little bit. Listening, I've all the research I've done on Ten Hag. Everybody says the guy is meticulous. I remember watching Steve McLaren talk about Ten Hag. Steve McLaren and his son has a podcast that they do, and I was listening to it. And Steve McLaren said the first day when he was appointed at FC20 in Holland, and Ten Hag was his assistant, is he now walking the door, right? So as a new coach, regardless of your ideas, you reach into a new environment, you want to connect with who is there already. So he said, well, what are we going to do for training? And he said, Ten Hag woke up with a folder this thick. And in that folder had literal details about not just every day for the week, but every section of the day, every segment of the day, bit by bit, what they were supposed to do, how much reps, how much rest, everything broken down. You understand? And he was blown away how meticulous the guy was, right? Because he know what it is to plan, right? He's been a senior coach for a long time, but he's never, he said in his entire career, found somebody so meticulous. So I don't think that Ten Hag is just there waiting. I think he probably already has his targets, his list of targets. And when he's talking with Mutter and talking with Ralph, He's letting him know exactly what it is he's looking for, and he wants to, get on the pulse of these things. So, are you concerned with how long things are taking, or do you feel that sense of confidence that he Ten Hag know what he about?
I feel a sense of confidence in that with Ten Hag, yeah, you could do business before, but at the same time, you need to see the environment. You need to see how things work. You got to see how the system going on. And that's the thing. With Ten Hag, I think he doesn't want to shake the boat one time. Because when you look at Ten Hag, he's very strategic and he very well knows, well, I could go from this place to that place, but I need to know how this works before I could go and fix up how that works. So for me, I'm not really worried about anything because I think Ten Hag already has a plan. He just needs to get into the get his personal staff ready, gets things ready because he doesn't want to call names and he doesn't have his own affairs in order, which is kind of smart because you could really just put names on him, but then when he has his stuff in order, you'll be like, oh wait, this isn't according to my plan. So I think Ten Hag needs to see certain things before he bases his plans out. And I think that's good for us because when we got Jose Mourinho, we got big money buys like Pogba, we get Zlatan, and we get all those big names. We work real good that season, but it didn't apply to anything. So maybe Ten Hag wants a full approach that it gradually goes somewhere in that we just put names on the field and we going out. I think he wants to see how the system works so he could apply his system in it. So I'm not really worried about Ten Hag. I'm more confident that he wants to take his time because the rebuild needs time. And we have to give him time. We can't rush anything, We have nowhere else to go, if we're being honest. So, yeah.
True. I want to talk a little bit about Ralf Rangnick because Sky Sport is reporting that within the next 48 hours, Ralf Rangnick is supposed to accept the Austrian national coach job. Now, that doesn't mean that he wouldn't be able to serve as a consultant for Manchester United going forward, because a consultancy role is not necessarily in the office every day. Same as international football. Most clubs play one or two internationals every 2 to 3 months. So it is not like I'm not sure. Does anybody know, is Australia in the World Cup?
No, they missed out.
Right. So they're not even in the World Cup. So, but before I talk about that, I just want to take a little time to talk about our sponsor. So for those of you who don't know what Man United Supporters Caribbean is, that is a supporters group that, as the name suggests, is about Manchester United supporters around the Caribbean. And they are sponsoring the program today. So I want to encourage you, some of you all that watch us on Facebook, you watch us from that homepage, because that is where the United Hour was birthed out of. It came out of MUSC, Man United Supporters Caribbean. So let me just throw this out there and we will be moving on.
I confuse.
So we want to say big up to men like Andy Cole, who was able to, shout out MUSC, and MUSC is thankful for that shout out. And I want to encourage anybody, if you are not a member of MUSC on Facebook or Instagram, make sure and connect with them. So, guys, I want to go to you, Phil. Talk to me. Ralf going to Austria, if that indeed materializes, are you bothered by that at all?
I'll only be bothered if we don't find a replacement for Ralf, right? So, with regard
replacement in regards to what? He's supposed to be a consultant, so a replacement in regards to what?
Okay, so he'll have two jobs at the same time, one at United and one at Austria, right?
Yeah.
Well, that is what is being reported.
Oh no! Then we're good. There's no there's no what's the right term? There's no
Conflict of interest.
right. There's no conflict of interest between Austria and Man United.
Nope.
Right. So I mean, at the end of the day, Ralph has his duties towards Austria as a manager. Then Ralph has his duties towards Man United as well too. Who knows? Who knows? I know there aren't much Austria players out there who are big names, right? But who knows? Within the next 2 to 3 years, there could be some up and coming Austria talent, and Ralph recognizes him and say,
Yep.
"Hey,
It's a direct link. It's
yeah,
a direct link if you think about it.
yeah." So, yeah, I mean, not really a bother. If he does accept the Austria job, then all the best to him. But still, remember that you're still employed by Manchester United, right? So you got to give your best not only for Austria but also for Man United as well too. So
Anybody have any concerns about Ralph coaching Austria?
Yeah, a little bit because I mean I was looking forward to him being a lot more involved with the club, not just like
You
not just
didn't want him consulting from afar. He was hoping
No.
he had an office in the
Yeah.
building.
because
There.
because my dream would have been to have him, Paul Mitchell, Eric, as the three guys to really get us back to where we need to be. And I think Ralph has come in and he has shook the club a lot. And I think like maybe some people don't like his approach. I do because I think as a club we need people to come into our club who has no loyalty to our club to tell us the truth about what is happening in our club. So
Mhm.
I don't think like guys like Ferdinand and School, these guys, I don't think they will tell us the truth. But a man like
Nope.
Ralph, who has no allegiance to us, he will come and tell us this guy is a waste of time. This guy is not working. This is not how you run a club. He will bring more focus, to our backroom staff. So I was really hoping that he would have stayed with us, to really help, because Eric will need help, because I do not want for Eric to be there by himself. Because our board has a way.
You know what Eric's had to fight up with the board by himself.
No,
It'd be good if he has somebody in his corner
yes,
to fight with
so,
him.
because the board will come and say they will tell him the right things now, and then next 2 months, the story change.
I think that is why Ralph is also trying to get Paul Mitchell in the door.
yeah,
Because I think Ralph recognizes there is a depletion of talent as far as technical talent football wise at Manchester United. As he says, the club needs open heart surgery. You understand? Serious work is required at Manchester United, and I don't think people listen to that, and I think they think he's just talking about the team, the
No.
first team. I don't think Ralph just
It's
talking about the
also
first team. I think Ralph talking about the entire club.
thank you, and that's what I was hoping that he'll be there to see everything that goes on every single day, because you have to be there, you have to be in it to really know how it is.
Mhm.
So
you're a little disappointed that Ralph may not be around.
I don't know if
As
it was
much.
that. Yeah, I don't know if this is because they gave him so much grief that he just said, you know what, I'm out, I'm done.
There's such a contrast. Tell me,
Mhm.
remember when Ralph first came his first press conference?
Yeah.
The man was like, yeah, well, who knows? I might want a permanent job, I might recommend myself. The
Nah.
man spent 2 months here. The man ain't
Nah.
talking about the permanent job.
Nah.
The man like, nah, only trying to give me heart attack and
Mhm.
get me gray before my time. I good.
But Robert got a point, because if we as fans coming onto these podcasts week in week out, are we stressed,
Mhm.
right? Well, how you think Ralph feel? And he right there in the action.
Yeah.
He right there in the action.
Ralph good, yeah.
The Austria dog could be his saving grace.
Ralph said, "I'm gonna get a second hobby to get my mind off of this."
At the
Yeah.
end of
Alright.
his life.
Hmm.
That's your job.
Oy, oy, oy.
Marlon, I want to come to you with this. So Ralph was saying that it is reported, let me say the right thing, that Ralph was saying that as far as the captain goes, because we know we're going to need to pick a captain for next season, that in Germany, they would allow the players to pick like a council, like a committee of about 3 to 5 players, right? So you'll have 3 to 5 senior players. I guess that will be your vice captains. And then those players, on behalf of the other players, would vote and pick out of them um, a captain. So in effect, the players would be choosing the captain, which I've heard about it before. I've heard other clubs doing that. Maybe other German coaches were responsible for it. I'm not sure. But the whole idea of if the players elevate somebody out of their ranks, they should respect that person. I mean, one of the things we would not have been hearing if Ole had done that was when we heard players coming out complaining about Harry Maguire being the captain. Obviously, they felt they didn't have a say. But what do you think about that idea? Do you think that Ten Hag should consider letting the players have some input into who the next captain of Manchester United should be?
Well, it's just that my concern is going to be who are those 3 to 5 players. That would be my concern. Who would those players be? If I had to choose the players, I would say Ronaldo, De Gea, McTominay, Fred, and let me see who else again. Maybe Luke Shaw.
You wouldn't elevate Bruno into that position, Mike?
No. Thank you, Marlon. Thank you.
I won't put Bruno.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And out of that list that you call there, who would you choose to be captain?
If I had to choose a captain right now, I think based on the man that has saved us and continue to save us literally, it should be no question about it. Once David De Gea is there, David will be the captain. End of story.
Big Phil, weigh in. What do you think about Ralph's plan? Or Ralph's suggestion, because he is not going to be the one implementing it. His suggestion that is how we should go about picking a new captain.
Well, the players at Bayern Munich have been together and united for the last 10 to 15 years. As you can see, they just won their 10th Bundesliga in a row, right? So those players have been united from a certain age to being a senior person, right? So it's kind of easy for them to pick, for the players to pick a captain, right? Because at the end of the day, Bayern Munich is one of the best run clubs in Europe, right? So so that model for them in terms of the players picking a captain works, right? Now over to Manchester United, where there are certain cliques, right? There's your Portuguese speaking cliques, there's
Right.
your English players who are cliques, there are the players who don't know
Players that
English.
came up in the U team that have their own clique.
Yep, there, and like I mentioned on the last podcast, United is made up of 2 sets of players: the players who are never available and the players who like to bitch and complain. The only people from Marlon's list who don't fit those 2 criteria is David De Gea. He's always available. He never bitches and complains. David De Gea is the best option there, according to Marlon's list, right? Scott, never available. Bruno. Well, that was not on Marlon's list. So you call Luke Shaw as well too, Marlon,
I
right?
call Luke Shaw. Yeah.
Luke Shaw, never available. Fred has gotten a bit whiny now that he is rolling with Bruno Fernandes. So he's gotten a bit whiny, right? Who else you call from your list as well too?
Cristiano Ronaldo.
Ronaldo.
Yeah, and then of course Ronaldo.
Yeah.
Ronaldo is another good example that I would make as captain as well, but he also
Ronaldo from the old school.
but he
But
also
the thing is-
whines and complains as well too, right? So
Yeah.
and that list is between De Gea, and if not De Gea, maybe Ronaldo.
But the thing is, though, I'm not disagreeing, but many people have also argued that he are kind of a bit too nice because he doesn't even manage the field.
Not recently. In
Nah.
De Gea's last
Yeah,
probably 5
yeah,
matches.
not recently,
No.
but at the end of the day, I don't even think he wants it, though. He'll take it because he won't say no to it, but if it doesn't work out, I'm gonna be surprised because I don't think Bruno's
Let me tell you something, eh? You see Harry Maguire getting that bomb threat.
Hmm.
I think if you're going to be next captain of Manchester United, you have to grab it. It cannot be something that is put upon you and you go at it tentatively. Because we know that this team is going to be growing and developing under Ten Hag, and we might have some worse days before we get better days. So if you think you guys going to put on the captain and ban and everybody going to give you a set of love and affection, you could forget that. So if your heart, if you're not strong, that job is not for you. Both on the pitch, you had to be strong, and off the pitch, you had to be strong. So I mean, I'm not saying David here can't do it. He's been at United long enough, right? Well, actually, probably the most senior player at the club in terms of tenure. He and Phil Jones, so they know what it is to be United players, and yeah. So you know, but I my is only issue with David here is being vocal. What say you, Robert? Before we move on, do you think that Ten Hag should come and have to make his own choice, or should he consult with the players and who they think should be a good captain?
It should be a little bit of both. You know, I mean, he should have a say. The player should have a say, but to me, it should be De Gea, because I think Ronaldo, yes, he was here before, yes, but De Gea was here for the past 6-7 years. He has been through the dirt. You know, he has been through the strife
7 years. I think they're here with us. What, 10 years?
No, but I mean, since Fergie left.
Oh, I mean,
right?
he was here through. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Since Fergie left, he has been here right through.
Yeah, through Moyes and Jose and all these guys. So I think he has been here, so he knows what's going on. So I think it should go to him. I think Ronaldo has enough. You know, he has enough problems to deal with. You know, just let Ronaldo just play his game. Don't put the band on him as an extra baggage. You know, just let Ronaldo do his thing up front, and let De Gea be captain. You know,
Agreed.
And then Bruno should not be captain because people say so on Twitter. No. You know, I mean, I don't think. Yes, I was one who was saying last year that Bruno was our captain in spirit, but Bruno has showed me since Ronaldo has come that he doesn't have the
facilities
right to claim it, because last year he was the best player on the team, and then this year come now, and Ronaldo came in, and then all of a sudden he turned into, you know,
he shrink.
Yeah. Whereas captains of old, for example, the Roy Keanes of the world, Roy Keane was in no way better than Beckham or Scholes or Giggs, but none of them had the cojones, right, to have that band. When Vidic was captain, nobody had the cojones for that band except him. Vidic had it. It was his.
You see, and
you know,
I mean, we're gonna select you, Chris. I hope you were hearing the conversation, so I'm gonna bring you in just now. But one of the things for me, that is my challenge with David De Gea. When I think about great captains, I think about Roy Keane, I think about Cantona, I think about Vidic, I think about Steven Gerrard. I don't really care for Steven Gerrard as a player. Right? I don't really care, obviously, about Liverpool, but I think about him as a captain. And I think about him grabbing Liverpool by the scruff of the neck when they 3-0 down in a Champions League game.
Sergio Ramos.
Sergio Ramos. I think these are the Puyol, right?
Yeah.
These are the guys who I see, you know, they may not be the most talented on the pitch in the case of Puyol, right? Sergio Ramos was different, but they rose up. I mean, how much big goals did Sergio Ramos score? That is pure will, because you're not a regular goal scorer. You're not a regular goal scorer, but you could bring that team on your back
Yeah.
when it
Mhm.
need a big goal in a El Clasico or in a
Yeah.
Champions League game. And
Mhm.
that's my challenge with
With everyone.
that's my challenge with David De Gea. My
Yeah.
challenge with David De Gea is just that, you know, I understand what everybody's saying, that from the perspective of seniority and a lack of leadership elsewhere in the team, give it to David De Gea. But in terms of leadership, he's not my. I can't see him for that. But what say you, Chris? Before we move on, what are your thoughts? Should the players have an input in the next captain, or should Ten Hag just come and make his choice based on his conversations?
Good afternoon, everybody. Well, I don't see David De Gea as captain. David De Gea is too reactive to be the captain. You need somebody who going to see things beforehand. It can't just be after the fact all the time. Um, and as you see right now, I think that is what we're lacking in this side in terms of who you're gonna really pick out and say, hey, you could be the captain. You could really rally this side. You could get these fellas to listen to you, even when things going bad. And right now, we really lacking that. I think the closest person to it, honestly, if you're being honest, is really Bruno. He's the only person you see very vocal when things bad, whether things good. He does vocal. Phil might say he whining, but yeah, he does whine. But
Yeah.
when it comes to being vocal, he is the most vocal. To me, David
Right.
De Gea does react
But-
too much. It's a reaction story. In terms of picking the captain,
But-
What's your
Yeah, but
definition? What's your definition of vocal? Shouting at the referee because you didn't get your way on the pitch?
Also,
no, he also
He-
speaks to the other players.
Also, though.
Before Ronaldo came in and we pressing, who is the man who balling fellas all they need to come up? Who is the man curling? Even though at that time he himself doing crap like today, he curling, my boy, you need to cover your man. He talking. Whereas when you watch the other players on the field, for example, when we watch how they play Saturday, when I watch Liverpool play on Saturday, and you see Van Dijk telling men, hey, move so, hey, come so, hey, don't do that. Who else we really have doing that? The honest answer is nobody. He's the closest. Now, does that mean he go be a good captain?
But
Debatable.
Chris, I hear what you're saying, you know. But you see,
I got a question to ask Chris, but you go, Mark.
Yeah.
You go.
but check this out, right? Roy Keane level never drop where you're trying to recognize who Roy Keane is.
Right,
Right? Vintage level never drop. Right?
right.
All the persons that we called before have always remained themselves, but Bruno is not the same Bruno from last year. As soon
Okay.
as
Also,
What
but
we
let
say,
me-
let
but let
me
me
be
be
fair,
real
right?
though.
Let me
he
be
can't
fair.
be no cap because his play was
All
not
right.
elevated.
But let
Right.
me be
Let me-
real though.
Okay, so let me be fair, right? If you're using that standard, then David De Gea is nowhere in that conversation.
What you
Because
mean?
David,
What do you mean?
no,
You
no,
might as well
let me-
best player of the season.
let us be real. Last season, everybody was saying, or most people were saying, David needs to sit down. We can't come and talk about elevating level when David get put on the bench, and the only reason that he is in the United side now is because Henderson was sick at the beginning of the season. Let me be real. If
But-
Henderson wasn't sick at the beginning of the
true.
season, De Gea would have been on the bench.
But
Now,
Vintage-
as I say,
Alright.
don't get me wrong, I just using your own standard. David in the past 2 years has been poor. David's strong point is his shot stopping. And for this season, those things has come in handy. And I
Right.
will tell you this. When David was playing behind Vidic, Ferdinand, it's epic because these fellas is defenders. So anything past them, you need a shot stopping goalkeeper. At present, we defense leaky. You need a sweeper type goalkeeper. That is not David Forte. Hence the reason why you have a lot more shots on goal that he had to be shot Steven and more goals that we're leaking because he is not that type of keeper. Watching me play out from the back today at one point in time, he is standing on the goal line, not in between the goal. He going to give support to Dalo on the right hand side, but yet still, even though Dalo is halfway down the field, he is still standing on that goal line. He ain't come out to the up top of the 18-yard box to get our support. So where David is concerned, David has flaws. So if you want to give him it based on the fact of how long he's at the club, no problem.
No,
But in terms of consistency,
no, the
he's not.
question-
And one last thing is that, frankly, David needs to shut up because this season he has been very vocal about the flaws and men going forward. But for the past couple of seasons, when he had been leaking goals and nobody threw him under the bus. So why all of a sudden you vocal now and you want to throw men under the bus when you yourself was in that position? So, sorry, David can't take the captaincy. It's possible that we end up with a new captain, but I don't see it getting to David because David going to be out the door soon himself.
But who do you recommend, though? Who do
Wait,
you think will be able to-
Marlon, because about 10 minutes ago, your guy selected press said that David De Gea is not vocal. Now all of a sudden, 2 seconds ago, he's saying David De Gea all of a sudden is vocal.
Yeah.
He just said that. You had your chance to talk, Selected Chris.
His
You had your chance to
vocalness.
talk.
No, I
You
want
had your
to be
chance to
clear.
talk.
I want to
You
be
had your chance
clear.
to talk.
I want to be
Bruv,
clear.
you had your
His
chance to talk.
vocalness,
Bruv,
his
you had your
vocalness,
chance to talk, dog.
his vocalness is in the post-match press conference. When it says he had to talk to the press, he vocal. But otherwise than that, David De Gea is a reactive person. He does not speak beforehand.
Phil,
That's all we should.
before you make your comment, Phil, I want you to read all this comment here.
We tried giving De Gea captain in 2019, 2020, and he was horrendous. But you know one thing that most people are focusing on is the past.
Thank you.
We're focusing on the past. We're talking about how Bruno was vocal before CR came, and all of a sudden Bruno now
I didn't say that.
is whining, right? All of a sudden David De Gea was horrendous in the past, right? One comment he made was that the only reason that David De Gea is in between the sticks is because Dean Henderson had COVID. Dean Henderson had COVID 6 months ago. Why is Dean Henderson not in the starting lineup? Dean Henderson had COVID 6 months ago. Why is he
I
not
think
in
you
the
need to
starting
take
lineup?
up. I think you need to take up that shades because clearly a cloud in your eyesight. If the keeper that you have between the sticks is saving, if your goalkeeper has suddenly regained form, am I going to put him on the bench?
Oh, so you're admitting that David De Gea has regained form, and that's the reason he's starting in our team, correct?
No, that's the reason he is continuing in the team. He didn't start because of that. He started because Henderson was ill. But he has been able to maintain a good standard of performance. That is why he's still in the side.
That's one thing.
Otherwise,
This
then
group are
that's
the
it on the
most-
bench.
this group are the most technical men in the world.
Yeah, I just don't get the logic that he's presenting to me.
No, but
Dean Henderson had COVID about 7 to 8 months ago. David De Gea has been our best player this season. That's why he started.
Okay. Let me ask you this question, Phil. Right? Let me be real.
Yeah.
We just say when men not performing, we put them on the bench.
Correct.
Which game this season, right? Which game this season has David De Gea performed badly? Where you would tell him, here, what? Take a seat.
But Chris, you're the one that said
Answer the question, sir. Answer the question.
You're the one that said, Chris, correct me if I'm wrong.
I'm listening.
Didn't you say about 10 minutes ago the only reason David De Gea is starting because Dean Henderson had COVID? Did you not say that?
That is why he started the
No.
season, sir.
Didn't you say that?
That is why he started the season. Let me be honest. That is why he started the season.
no, but
Let me
let me be real.
move on.
But-
No, we can't move on. We can't move on.
Let me move
Can't
on.
move on.
Well,
Move
take
on.
off
Can't
that
move on.
shades.
Just go
That
on.
shades cloud in here. They ain't see it properly, bro.
No, but wait, I had to say something. But if we're talking about like bad form in terms of people need to be benched for the form, then a good half of the 11 not supposed to be there and David's supposed to stay if we being real.
Well,
But
Jesus
you see-
Christ. This guy
not
wanted
disputing that.
Fernandez, who has been piss poor
But-
for the last 2
but at the
seasons.
same time,
our captain.
If we look at it, like when men say they don't understand why Bruno starting is should be benching, I understand that. But who you going to put in over Bruno?
Jesse,
Actually, no.
To what?
I can take
Oh,
one.
don't do that. Don't do that.
you
I can
never
take
real
one.
disrespectful to Jesse, man.
All right, fellas. All right. We're
I
going
know,
to
but-
go ahead and switch gears on that one.
I could take one of selector. I could take one of selector Chris's most famous lines. Bruno playing shit. Start the youngsters. Start the youngsters.
But
Start
you're
the
saying that,
Hannibal.
You said that.
Start
But
the
and
Hannibal.
Pogba wasn't playing good. We should put youngsters
Start
in
the
his place too.
Hannibal.
No,
Start the
you see,
Hannibal.
this why I say Phil with that. That's why Phil is with that shades because his sight tinted. Because if it was Pogba, he go say
You can
put
talk.
Pogba in his side.
You can talk
You
about
got-
my case from now.
No,
to
CJ,
he go say
CJ, tell me if I lie. When
no. He
when
go
we
say
say Pogba playing crap, and he still say put Pogba in his side?
no.
But
He go
this
say the
about
class.
but
No,
this
he
but
go
this
say the
this about
classic line
Pogba.
of nah. Pogba too talented. The team
But
not playing
I
up
am
to his
mentioned
level.
I am
All of a
mentioned
sudden,
I am mentioned Paul
yeah.
Pogba up to no. I
No,
am
no, I
mentioned
just
Paul
asking
Pogba
a
up to
question.
no.
I
I
just
talking about
asking a
David De Gea.
question.
We talking about captains and we talking about David De Gea, Bruno, Scott. We ain't mentioned Paul Pogba up to no.
Take off that
Paul Pogba
glasses,
against
bro.
Paul
All
Pogba
right,
Your
against
fellas. All
your
right.
sight tinted.
I
Okay.
just use an
Okay.
example,
Okay.
Phil.
President John,
I just use an example.
Move on.
Let's move along.
Correct.
You see, and you know, is the one thing I observed with this little conversation. Yeah, what I was thinking in my head. Imagine if we are supporters, right, who agree on a lot of things, at least in this pool here, having such a challenge, talking about who should be next captain for Manchester United. You see the kind of stress Ten Hag going and meet before he even reach. He ain't walked through the door yet. You see the kind of stress he had to deal with. But I want to talk just a little bit about the man Jurgen Klopp, because Jurgen Klopp said earlier this year and the beginning of the season that this might be last 2 seasons for him at Liverpool. And today there was an announcement made that he has extended with Liverpool until 2026. I remember there are a lot of people saying, and again, this is how far we have fallen as a club, where you hear supporters talking about, well, Jurgen leaving and Klopp leaving within the next 2 years. Like if our resurgence is dependent on those teams getting worse, right? Because those top-notch coaches leaving, when really and truly who cares who coaching Liverpool and who coaching Manchester City? We should be getting better. Our game should be going up. We shouldn't be looking at them hoping their game come down. But nonetheless, I'm just going to leave it open. Anybody have any comments as far as, Jurgen Klopp extending at Liverpool?
You know why? The money went nice. That's why. The money.
You know,
But
what I
yeah, the
find
money.
ironic? I find ironic. I remember some men telling me last year around October, November, boy, no coach don't stay at no club for more than 4 or 5 years again. That long time thing. Why
But-
we need a manager to stay by
Stay
the
around.
club for 4 or 5 years? Here it is. Klopp is now going to stay at Liverpool for an
Be 9 years.
extended period.
It'll be 9 years.
We even sure Pep gonna leave City anytime soon.
No.
We're not sure, because
But-
who knows where Pep is going to go. Pep has
Yeah,
said he might leave, but we
Yeah,
don't
but
know.
He said he
let
was
me-
interested in
let me-
taking the
let
Brazil
me-
job.
let me look at it logically, right? If you want to look for the next plausible challenge in the footballing arena, is there any other league in the world bigger than the English Premier League right now?
No.
No, there's not.
But
So
then-
leaving Premier League to go anywhere else right about
Right.
now,
But
it's
And as
you're
far-
basically looking to retire.
I have something, right? I feel as though Klopp staying means that Liverpool has plans. Their owners has plans. Their owners have told him, we are gonna back you for the next how much ever years. They are making plans for the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years. You understand? He already has a sight set on next year. Year
Yeah, I'm
after.
looking for trouble.
They're
I'm
going
looking
up.
for trouble. They're searching
are-
for that trouble.
Yeah.
Don't
They
forget-
want it. Because
don't
don't
forget.
get tired, Pep. If let's just say, if Liverpool by some miracle, right, pull off the unholy grail of getting all 4, I'm telling you right now, Mbappe going Liverpool, and they will destroy everybody. They will destroy everybody. They won't stop. I'm just saying, the way how Liverpool is moving and the way how Klopp is moving, they have plans to not allow another 30 years to pass. They want another trophy. They want
I'm
more
not
trophies.
gonna lie, and
They
this is
want more
probably
trophies.
this is me just probably being a bit oversimplistic, right? I got a feeling that Klopp renewed his contract because he heard Ten Hag was coming. That's just me. right?
Mm.
That's like that's a real big assumption. I don't know. I ain't gonna
It's
lie.
it's a big assumption, massive assumption.
Well,
Shit,
well,
somebody
you're
said
not
Rob
you're not
Williams.
alone. You could read that comment there one time.
And then
Nah.
here
But I
Ten
think-
coming and saying, yeah, no, don't get me wrong. Klopp and Pep are the two managers that are way ahead of the field right now, right? A lot of people are saying that Ten Hag is giving them the same Klopp and Pep feels as to when Liverpool and Man City got their respective managers, right? Now, okay, imagine within the next 2 to 3 years, you can have 3 teams, and if Chelsea start Tuchel, there even 4 teams competing for number one, right? In my opinion, if Pep and Jurgen Klopp leave, then in my opinion, United have a chance of regaining that top 2 spot, right? But until then, we got, as CJ said about half an hour ago, we got to give Ten Hag time, right?
Yep.
I want you guys to think about this for a second, right? I want you guys to think about this seriously for a second. Well, one, it's good for football. It's good for English football. It's good for world football. I glad Klopp staying because the level has raised. It has raised, period. But here's the next thing. Even though we have fallen from grace, so to speak, everybody still says that Manchester United is the biggest club in the world. I think Klopp is staying to make sure that changes, that it will no longer be Manchester United as the biggest club in the world. They want Liverpool to be the biggest club in the world now. Not just by the way they play, but by the trophies that they're winning. And not only that, in terms of the significance as of today, that whole Manchester United thing, they want to erase that. That's our
I wish
biggest,
them luck.
and that is
I wish
part
them
of the
luck.
reason why Klopp is staying. And guess what? They have inched very close to us, and we are looking. And in terms of how we are playing now, they've totally surpassed us. But just in terms of aura, mystique, just in terms of what we were before, they're looking to be that and a lot better. That is why Klopp is staying. I want
Yep.
you to understand
He wants to bring Liverpool back
Here-
to that upper
here-
echelon.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing, Marlon, and this is a very unpopular opinion as well, too, right? But over the past 20 to 30 years, if you put together an EPL all-time 11, no Liverpool player gets into it. Think
Facts.
about it.
Well, maybe
No Liverpool player gets in the all-time EPL 11.
Gerard,
that
we
had to
just
be
know.
Gerard had to be
Any of maybe
Gerard
any
Liverpool.
which
Vieira-
Liverpool
No,
which
Gerard
Liverpool
no.
which Liverpool player question, which Liverpool player has so far been inducted into the Hall of Fame?
Well, I don't know. I can't remember.
probably John Barnes.
None that I know of. None.
I was going to
And
say,
there,
about
and
two-
there, and there
two
are at least
Arsenal players.
five.
Robbie Fowler.
Two United players.
Neither. We have
No,
about
these
5
guys-
United players.
Fowler and Gerrard will get there eventually, but as the Hall of Fame has
But,
started, no
it's United.
Liverpool players yet.
But
If
who
United-
determines
United
who
are-
determines
United
the
are
Hall of
Arsenal.
Fame?
United,
Yeah.
Arsenal, Newcastle with Alan Shearer, but no Liverpool player gets in the EPL all-time 11 from like 1990 till now. No Liverpool player. Because Gerrard is not getting over Vieira and Scholes. To hell no. And Gerrard has been their most influential player for the last 2 decades.
I mean, Chelsea have Lampard, and they ain't even reached to Drogba and Thierry Henry, and not Thierry Henry, and Thierry as yet, John Terry.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
So they have a few
There
more
are some
names to
little-
call before they reach down to Gerrard.
A
He'll
guy,
get
a
there
guy,
eventually.
a guy who has a great chance is Trent Alexander-Arnold.
yeah, but that years from now.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
is-
years from now.
Yeah,
About
probably
10 years from now, yeah.
Well, guys, we come into that part of the program that we all love, the top shutter and boo-boo of the week. But before we jump into that, I want to encourage you, hit the like button, or you're watching the video, or you're taking in the vibes, or you're contributing in the comments. You like the program now, right? We appreciate that. That helps us out a lot. And if you're not a subscriber to the United Hour, make sure and do that too, right? So, the concept of the boo-boo and top shot of the week, just in case you don't know, the top shot of the week is the person, the club, the country, something football, someone or something football related that is having a great week, right? Like the Midas touch. Everything they touch turns to goal. The boo-boo of the week is the person that's just having a horrible week. Everything they do is just wrong. People putting out memes about them. They're just having, they walk outside a bird, poop on the head. That is what the boo-boo of the week is.
Throwback to Ashley Young, yes.
So, who am I going to start with this week? We're going to start with, no, we're not going to start with new man on the block because I might be putting him under too much pressure. We'll start with Phil. 2 weeks in a row. Phil is going to go first. Phil, who's your top shotter of the week and your boo-boo of the week this week?
Based on the criteria you gave me with regards to the boo of the week, with regards to memes being put out and what's not, my Bruno Fernandes is the boo of the week. Penalty miss.
Oh my gosh. We're not surprised.
Yeah. That's my boo of
I'm
the week.
so
Bruno
shocked.
Fernandes.
Oh my
Fernandes
word.
is my boo
Bruno
of the week.
Fernandes.
Yeah.
Whoa. Oh, word.
My boo of the week definitely
Call
is
the
Bruno Fernandes.
police. Yeah, sure. Yeah. Moving on.
And my top shotter of the week. It was between the women's team for winning versus Chelsea.
The women winning some silverware for Manchester United.
Yeah, but then as a neutral fan, I definitely have to say my top shotter of the week has to be the match between Real Madrid and Manchester City. That has to be like my top shot of the week. That match was such a great match for neutrals, right? Just seeing the likes of Kevin De Bruyne, and then Benzema, and then seeing Vinicius Jr. turn Fernandinho. My gosh, right? But that is my top shot of the week.
All right. Who wanna go next?
I'll go next.
All right,
Yeah,
go ahead,
I'll
Robert,
go.
yeah.
My boo-boo, unfortunately, is just this team. You know, we have not been great. We got slapped up, beat up, and then today we draw, and and the fact that we have Ralph looking to leave, before he even starts, just goes to show the scale of the job that they have to fix. And my top shutter, right, is this guy. See that guy right there? That guy.
Elon Musk.
That guy.
Elon Musk.
See that guy?
Oh my god.
That guy.
I can't wait. You gain
That
like
guy.
some top shots of the week.
Yes. Because he's
No.
awesome.
No. Behave yourself. He is Tony Stark. He's
That's
not.
right.
He's not a
No.
villain. He's not a super
No.
villain. He's a superhero.
He's not.
He's Tony Stark. He's Bruce Wayne. My gosh.
Yeah,
43
Tony
billion.
That
Stark,
man.
Bruce Wayne. Not.
No. The fact that this guy, right, bought Twitter, right, and the so-called good guys are flipping out and going crazy, it just shows me that this guy is doing something right, and all he has to do is just do this. Buy that club. I have tagged Elon Musk for 10 times. Our,
Wow, eh?
Yeah.
Wow, eh?
Yeah.
Wow, eh, dog?
Yeah.
Wow, eh,
the
dog?
man, watch me. The man does respond to your Twitter feed,
The man,
I mean, man paying 44
okay,
billion
and then the man said this
for
to
Twitter.
us. No, the man said that to us. I don't work miracles. So don't tell me it can't happen.
I
The
mean,
man said.
I think he could spend $4 billion for Manchester
Man
United.
could.
Just saying.
I mean, I'm just saying, it'll be awesome. Yeah.
I will go next.
Mhm.
In the comments we have Greg B and Darren saying that Benzema for top shutter. My top shutter of the week. Well, actually, my top shutter of the week is going to be Benzema, simply because the man came off two hat tricks in Champions League and then to score a double. I mean, talk about rolling back the years. Karim Benzema, I think he was probably go and watch himself in the mirror and pinch himself. You know what I mean? Like, wait, is I really doing this at this stage of my career? Wow. So Benzema is my top shutter. My boo body week is the man Harry Maguire. Because now we hear that Harry Maguire has a season-ending injury. Now, I personally don't believe Harry or Paul Pogba have season-ending injuries. I just think Ralph is like, yeah, what's going on? I really don't care to see both all them play for Manchester United for the rest of the season. So, take a rest, right? So, when it says you as the captain of the club and the coach tell you, yeah, what's going on? That's it for you for the rest of the season, right? And for it not to look bad, we can say I have a season-ending injury. You gotta be the boo of the week for me. I mean, I don't know how many times Harry not even playing and he's still my boo of the week. But that's just the kind of season that Harry Maguire is having. You know what I mean? Like, just be real. So that's my, Karim Benzema and Harry Maguire. That's how we rolling. Who wanna go next?
I'll go next.
All right, go ahead, CJ.
Top shots of the week. I cheating because I have multiple top shutters. For me, Benzema, of course, big Benzema. Vibes Carter sing a song about years ago, and look what going on. He was always telling me that man was good. Vinicius, because man doing proper things, and well, as a Brazil fan, you love to see it. Brazil for Qatar 2022, we outside number 6, bet on it. Boo of the week is different because I don't put Mino not in what going on, but in terms of the whole Pogba situation, and that man's have to take less money now, and he getting less of a deal. Like, I don't know, your client had real vision and he couldn't see that coming. Damn, that's tough. And honestly, the next boo of the week, I'll put Bruno there too because he really did have a terrible week.
Wait, you agree with me?
But you see, I'm not bad.
Wow! Surprise! Wow! Oh God! Surprise! Oh God! Surprise!
Yeah, I agree with you. But the thing is, are you brave enough to say, "Fuck, we're going to take this L"? Silent. And we
I swear Phil Freeze there. I swear Freeze.
It's all Robert for the L outside. Robert, big up you, boy. Big up you, Robert.
I mean, we didn't talk about Paul Pogba at all today, but really and truly,
You know why? Because no one
after
cares.
riding Manchester United back for 6 years, if he leave the contract that we had put on the table for him initially, which would have been about 400,000 a week, and then is forced to take less, because nobody else wants to pay him that kind of money. I personally have a drink. I find as poetic justice, at least at its best. Chris, coming to you next. We'll deal with Marlon last.
Well, my top shot of the week was a toss-up between Benzema and Ronaldo. Give it to Ronaldo, after having to deal with that loss in your family and then still come back and bring some sort of performance, banging in goals still. Respect him for that. So I will give Ronaldo top shot of the week for this week. And well, you touch on my boo of the week. My boo of the week right about now is this Pogba Mino situation that you run down your contract, tell yourself you're gonna get scouted by all the big teams, but then nobody don't want you.
And on top of that, you don't have COVID as an excuse, eh? At least men could have said, well, COVID was hard, teams were struggling for money, so you can't get no big deal. They don't have no COVID as an excuse right now.
No. And you see, what that goes to show is that some men really had a shades on and insane now because this man was performing.
Because they need to do that, huh? Because they need to do that. Because they need to do that, huh? They need to do that. They need to do that, right? They need to do that. They really need to do that.
He would have got a contract. But the mere fact that Imagine Rudiger turned down a contract last week or week before, and boom, it's out in the open. Real Madrid want him, and he as old as Pogba. So what I gonna say, Pogba,
There's a bigger loss in money than men who's putting money in
we'll tell
DSS,
that
yes?
next time.
Pogba link with drugs, Susu, oh, man.
Marlon, who's your top shutter boo-boo of the week?
I mean, I would echo Chris's sentiments with regard to Ronaldo. That's I mean, yes, Benzema is incredible right now, but from what that man had to go through, and it's just the ultimate machine, ultimate professional, just greatness personified. Ronaldo, he's on a planet by himself. That's there's no question or qualms about that. And then of course the boo of the week, whether he's playing or not, it will always be Maguire. That's
Yeah.
pretty much it. You know,
Nah,
whether
Ronaldo be good, though. Ronaldo be good, though.
to be Maguire. You know, so it will always be Maguire until he gone. You know, it's a nice.
Maguire could never get love in these streets, but damn.
Thinking about it, right? I was saying after you get this bomb scare with a call your house, checking you, I saying you would have had the metal to come out and say, you know what, despite what they say, I could have given my 100% out on that pitch.
Yeah.
Next game you're on the bench, next game after that, you have a
Injury. Yeah.
I don't know. You all saw the video floating around with Jadon Sancho putting Harry Maguire on his bum.
Mhm. Yep.
I tell myself the man had to get injured during that because
That
I
man
can't
fought.
no time when the man was getting injured again.
That man fall like Andrew the Giant when he get lashed by Hulk Hogan, yes?
I watched Jadon Sancho hit the man the football equivalent of a crossover in basketball.
Harry Maguire forget he ankles at home, yes?
People, it's always a pleasure being here doing the United Hour for you guys. Thank you for everybody on the panel. Big Phil, Robert, CJ, Selector Chris, and Marlon De Leon. Hoping to see you gentlemen again soon. Remember, we have a lot of content coming up for you all on the channel. I mean, as I always say, Red Devils don't die, we multiply, and Ten Hag is coming.
Praise God.